Hit it!
Hit the silent.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Izawawi bin Afrizal. Uh, I'm gonna present about active voice and why we should use active voice. Okay, the formal definition of active voice is active voice is a quality of a verb that describes when its subject is acting out of the verb. When the opposite is true, the subject of the sentences is being acted upon by the verb. It is said to be in passive voice. A verb also said to be in active voice when the subject performs the verb. Okay, this is the example of active voice. Always remember, if a verb is in the active voice, the subject performs the action of the verb. As you can see here, Janet posts a letter. Step 1. Find the subject, and the subject is Janet. Step 2. Find the verb. To post. Step 3. Ask. Did Janet perform the verb? The answer is yes. Therefore, posted is a verb in the active voice. Example number 2. Curiosity killed the cat. Step 1. Find the subject, and the subject is curiosity. Step 2. Find the verb. To kill. Step 3. Ask. Did curiosity perform the verb? The answer is yes. Therefore, kill is a verb in the active voice. Sometimes, it is a little tricky to spot whether the subject carry out the action of the verb. The boy tripped while running. Step 1. Find the subject. Step 2. Find the verb. And step 3. Ask. Did the boy perform the verb? And the example number 2. The boy was seen trip while he ran. Step 1. Find the subject. Step 2. Find the verb. To see. And step 3. Ask. Did the boy perform the verb? The answer is no. Therefore, was seen is a verb in the passive voice. In the second example, the boy is not performing the action of the verb. Some unknown person is performing the action by seeing the boy trip. This is an example of the passive voice because the subject is not acting out the verb. The reason to use active voice is active sentences are shorter. Active sentences are always shorter than their passive alternative. For example, he saw the dog. Okay, this active sentence has 4 words and 11 characters. The dog was seen by him. This passive version has 6 words and 18 characters. Reason number 2. Active sentences are more direct. With an active sentence, the subject takes responsibility for the action. For example, John made the decision to publish the article. This active sentence makes it clear that John was responsibility. The other example is, the decision was made to publish the article. With this passive sentence, we don't know who took this decision. Okay, the reason number 3 is, active sentences are more engaging for the reader. Using active sentences tend to make your writing more engaging because the facts are absorbed as they are encountered. In other words, the sentences are ordered naturally. For example, my mother advised me to avoid the lake. With this active sentence, the information is absorbed as you encounter it. I was advised by my mother that the lake is to be avoided. This passive sentence requires the reader to momentarily hold information in brain storage before the information relevant is known. In other words, the information is not fully absorbed as it is encountered. Okay, that's all I can say about active voice, and reason to use active voice.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Ahmad Shazli Sham, and in this video I'm going to explain about passive voice. The passive voice is used to show interest in the person or object that experience an action rather than the person or object that performs the action. In other words, the most important thing or person becomes the subject of the sentence. Okay, so this is how to form a passive voice sentence. Okay, firstly you must have subject, and then you must have verb, and then a word to be, and the last one you must have past participle. Okay, the example of passive voice sentence is a movie is going to be watched by us tonight. Okay, the second one is the novel was read by mom in one day. Okay, that's all for the video. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Rovera Bosital. For my section, I will explain how to convert active to passive voice. For the rule number 1 to convert active to passive voice is convert subject of active voice into object in passive voice and out by before it. For example, Mona is writing a letter. As we can see in active voice, there will be Mona is a subject, writing is a verb, and letter is the object. And if these sentences we change to passive voice, there will be the letter is being written by Mona. And as we know, the convert to active to passive, we can see that they have moved the direct object of the sentences to the subject spot. But when replacing the subject with the object and the subject is a pronoun, they have the rule that I become me. And the other example we can read in this photo. For the rule number 2, auxiliary verb of 12 tenses in passive voice. And this is the pictures of the list that they add a proper helping verb of to be before main verb. As we can see, the simple present tense, the active voice is write or writes, and in the passive voice there will be is, am, are written. And the example of the sentences for simple present tense is he write a letter, and in the passive a letter is written by him. And these pictures have the example every tenses.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to my fellow friend and my lecturer. Today, I would like to talk about how to convert passive voice to active voice. Let's check it out. In order to change the passive voice to active voice, you need to recognize what the subject of the sentence is, and then rewrite the sentence so the object is performing the action. Let's use the following example to understand how to change passive voice to active voice. The example is, extensive training on the new safety procedures was required to be attended by the maintenance staff. Now, we can recognize that this sentence is in passive voice because the word passive keyword was is used. Also, it's not initially clear who or what the sentence is about. Now, there is 2 important steps how to change passive voice to active voice. Let's see. Step 1. Identify the subject of the sentence. Who is doing an action? The training is not doing an action, so it can't be the subject. The only person or thing doing an action here is the maintenance staff. They are attending training, so the maintenance staff is the subject of the sentence. Step 2. Rewrite the sentence so the subject is performing the action. This sentence could be written to active voice as follows. And now, this is the final view of a passive voice sentence changed to active voice sentence. And the sentence says, the maintenance staff had to attend extensive training on the new safety procedures. This rewrite makes it immediately clear to the reader who is doing what. The subject is doing the action. And that's how you change passive voice to active voice. Hope you learned something today. See you again. Thank you.